Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Cooking with Barbara Mudoli. If you're new here, karibu sana, you're so much welcome. Remember to subscribe and to press the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a new video and you'll be part of this wonderful family. So today guys, we're going to prepare Scotch eggs. If you want to learn how to prepare the most delicious Scotch eggs in town, you better stay tuned. To prepare the Scotch eggs, you'll need the following ingredients: flour, breadcrumbs. I already showed you how to prepare breadcrumbs at home, but if you didn't watch that video, I'll insert a clip right after this. And then you'll need 4 eggs. You need 4 pieces of sausages, raw sausages. You need some water, vinegar, which is optional. I'll show you the purpose of it, but it is very optional. Black pepper, very optional. You can even add your own spices if you want. And then salt and a sufuria. So let's get started. So guys, to prepare the breadcrumbs, you'll need some few pieces of bread depending on the amount of breadcrumbs you want to have at the end of it all. For me, I only want enough to prepare the scotched eggs, so I'm using 3 slices of bread that I'm going to slice into small pieces that will make it easier for them to dry. Then next, transfer into a baking tray or an oven tray or a sufuria, whichever you're using, and then spread them evenly to avoid overcrowding in one place that will make the bread take longer to dry up, which we don't want. Yeah, and our bread is ready to go into the oven. So first light your oven, then switch to 180 degrees with the heat coming from above and below. Then open your oven and place your bread at the middle shelf, and then we're going to bake for 10 to 15 minutes. So time's up. I'm going to switch off the oven and take the bread out of the oven. Looks ready. So next we are going to prepare the breadcrumbs. So to prepare the breadcrumbs, I'm going to use a pestle and a mortar, and I'm going to add the pieces of bread a few at a time. Then I'm going to mash till I get the right texture that I want. So the first round is ready. I'm just going to pour into a bowl and then place it aside, and then we're going to add the remaining pieces of bread. And we are going to mash. So guys, this is a very easy way of making your breadcrumbs compared to buying, which is more expensive. And there we are done, guys. And our breadcrumbs are ready and they look as good as we wanted. So we set them aside. So we are going to start by preparing our eggs, and I'm going to prepare 3 Scotch eggs. So you'll boil the number of eggs you want to prepare. So I'm only preparing 3, so I'm going to boil 3. And then you add water, just enough water to cover them. And then this is where we are going to use our vinegar. You add a generous amount of it. The vinegar will help you to remove the shells very easily. So next we're going to start boiling this, and we're going to boil the eggs for 12 to 15 minutes, and it depends with how you like your eggs. I like my eggs very hard with a hard yolk. If you like your yolk runny or soft, you'll boil it for lesser minutes. So let's get started. Our eggs are ready. I'm going to switch off the heat and set them aside to cool. So we're going to start by preparing our sausages, and I'm going to start by removing the cover or the skin of the sausages. They are a bit slippery. One down. So when you're removing them, make sure you place them separately. Don't like mix them, because you're going to use 1 sausage for 1 egg, but I have 4 of them because at times you find that the egg is too big to be covered by 1 sausage, so you have 1 extra sausage just in case that happens. Finally, so our sausages are ready, so we set them aside. So we are going to start by removing the shell from our eggs, and we're going to tap and then we start removing a portion at a time. You can never be a pro at this. Oh well, I don't know if you can, but for me, I've tried. At times I do it very well. At times I don't know what happens. Maybe I should blame it on the egg. Our eggs are ready, so we set them aside and we're going to start seasoning our sausages. And I'm going to season using black pepper and salt only, but you are not limited. You can use any spices you want, but don't overdo it. So I'm going to sprinkle some few pinches of the black pepper onto each sausage, and that's enough. I'm using pork sausages. And then some salt, kidogo salt, because they already have some salt in them. And then next we're going to add some salt to our flour. This is just to add more flavor. And then finally, salt to our eggs. Can you imagine having boiled eggs without salt? That can never happen. So yeah. So we're going to start by covering our eggs using one sausage, and then use some oil. This will help the sausage not to stick to your hands, and press the sausage and try to cover the egg fully. This will take some time, but it's all worth it at the end. So that is well covered. So I'm just trying to shape it into a round ball. Yeah, I think that, okay. I think that is perfect. So we set it aside and do the same to all our eggs. So the next thing is we are going to prepare an egg wash. Remember the other egg that remained? We are going to use this one to prepare the egg wash. You just break it into a bowl and add some kidogo salt and beat the egg slightly. The egg is acting as our glue. So what you're going to do is, first you're going to pick your Scotch egg and dip it in the flour. Make sure every part is well covered. The flour will make the ball firm, so make sure each and every place is covered. And then next you're going to dip it into the egg wash. So I've opted to use the fork. It's easier when it comes to the egg wash. So you make sure it is well covered, and then we're going to remove it and place it in our breadcrumbs. Then using our hands, we cover it very well, ensure each and every place is well covered as we're trying to maintain the ball shape. That's why you see me tapping as I turn. So our first ball is ready. We set it aside and we start doing the same process to the next ball. Dip it in the flour, make sure each side is well coated. And then onto our egg wash. So next you're going to transfer it into our breadcrumbs, and using our fingers we spread the breadcrumbs to our egg. And our second Scotch egg is ready. So finally we do the same process to our last piece of Scotch egg. So I'm just trying to fix that. So finally we are done. Set all this aside and our Scotch eggs look really nice. So next we are going to heat our oil until it is very hot, and then we'll start deep frying our Scotch eggs. So our oil is hot enough and we're going to start deep frying our Scotch eggs. So I'm just going to add one at a time. And when you're preparing many pieces of this, make sure you don't overcrowd your oil. So we're going to leave this to cook for like 5 minutes, and then we'll check on them. keep turning them. So our scotch eggs are ready. We're going to remove them from the oil and place them on a lined plate. Has been lined using a serviette that will help drain all the excess oil. So we're going to place them here and wait for them to cool, and we'll see how the inside looks. So guys, our scotch eggs are ready and they look so yummy. I've garnished with some tomatoes and dania, and I love the final outcome. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it and you learned how to prepare the most delicious scotch egg. And you'll try out this recipe and tell me how it goes on all my social media platforms, on Instagram at Cooking with Barbara Mudhoni or at Barbara_Mudhoni, and on Facebook at Cooking with Barbara Mudhoni. And remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and remember to subscribe. Until next time, bye.